Welcome back. It's now time to go in depth. Many of us were raised knowing that if we do something wrong, there will be physical consequences to pay. I remember when I was a child, my mother's warning was always, wait until your father comes home, and we all knew what that meant. He would send us to select a belt from his closet or a switch from the tree. And then there was school, where teachers usually didn't think twice to use a ruler. I remember there was even one teacher who had a special rope for spankings, and she was feared all around the school. No one wanted to be in her class because she was particularly brutal. But in more recent times, many have come to frown on the practice of corporal punishment, especially in schools where parents may feel they have no control over what happens to their children. And such was the case in Kensington Primary School in St. Catherine, one of Jamaica's top performing schools. The school has admitted to using corporal punishment, or the fear of lashing, to motivate children to do well. Now, naturally, there's been a lot of discussion about
corporal punishment at education institutions. Is it now obsolete in the Caribbean? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host of the talk show, Talk Your Talk. From the previous report, Kalia Enriquez Reynolds of Caribbean News in Jamaica has reported to a national audience the effectiveness that corporal punishment may now have when it comes to disciplining of children. With reference to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, corporal punishment is a type of punishment that involves hitting someone. Many quote the good old saying, spare the rod and spoil the child, while others will have related, let's never kill me yet. Research has shown that Caribbean nations share similar sentiments about corporal punishment. The sharing of lashes are prevalent in the home and at education institutions. However, many advocates of alternative behavioral management are against the use of lashes to deter a child's inappropriate behavior. From the perspective of the education institution, corporal punishment will be our focus. The history of corporal punishment in the Caribbean goes as far back to its colonial era. According to the study of corporal punishment in the Caribbean, attitudes and practices, there's a firm remnant of British colonialism in the English-speaking Caribbean. The belt has been an effective tool to curb unwanted behavior at school. A parent or guardian willingly gave the right to teachers to administer lashes. Furthermore, there is a link between corporal punishment and the child-rearing practices embedded in our Caribbean culture. The image at the left of the screen illustrates a grandparent giving a child lashes with a belt, while a minister of education wanting to intervene. A cuckoo stick, a belt, or even a shoe were or are still instruments employed to administer corporal punishment. In the schools, the tools would be a ruler, a belt, or a hand. In observation of the administration of corporal punishment, some students vow to behave, while with other students, the teacher seeks another form of punishment. A principal in St. Kitts and Nevis, as with many principals across the Caribbean, explained that students challenge authority, and the sharing of lashes was the only way to curb that behavior. And usually, those lashes are from 4 to 6. Those lashes are 4 to 6 lashes are being shared. It is now a global village. Child advocates view the sharing of lashes as inhumane. The United Nations Convention on the Right of the Child has signatories from Caribbean nations, which swore to conform to practice discipline measures under the convention at Article 28. There has been much zeal to ban corporal punishment at education institutions. Yet, Corinne Bailey et al., the authors of Corporal Punishment in the Caribbean, Attitudes and Practices, indicated that there is no clear prevention of all corporal punishment in schools. Then, why tie the teacher's hands? You know, I have heard many magistrates across the Caribbean say, I bring you into this world and I can take you out. Teachers may not use the exact words, but teachers easily take the place of the parent. Remember that Latin term, loco parentis? 82% of teachers across the Caribbean employ the method of corporal punishment at school. In St. Kitts and Nevis, corporal punishment is highly preferred, while in Trinidad and Tobago, corporal punishment is not preferred. Some teachers are in a difficult situation. Few cases of a lashing gone wrong are before the court of law, and this has resulted of the continued use of corporal punishment. So, let's weigh the pros against the cons. Now, those who are in favor of corporal punishment argue that individuals who experience corporal punishment emerge unscathed. 2. It is a form habit of our punishment. 3. The Education Act allows it. And 4. It is effective. And for those who argue against corporal punishment, 1. It grows aggressive behaviors. 2. It is degrading and humiliating. 3. It is a possible cause of physical harm. And 4. The UNICEF advocates against it. The United Nations International Children Emergency Fund has established the Child-Friendly Schools program, which highlights the alternative methods of disciplining students. And with this concept, educational institutions have lessened the administering of corporal punishment. I have worked at one Barbadian educational institution that has adopted this said program. Was it more effective? No. Students have related, if not for the lashes given to me by my teacher, I would have been wayward. However, Mighty Jail of St. Lucia thinks otherwise. Let us watch a clip of his song.
It's so hard to believe in this age of enlightenment. We still debating corporal punishment. The research clearly shows these are fruit outdated and wrong. But teachers, parents want to be wrong and strong. They want to keep on beating, it's easier to do. So if you get them angry, enough belt and cane for you. They want them off the dangers, they know it's inhumane. So I've come to the conclusion they like to give us pain. When the man beats his woman, everybody does fall. They call it domestic violence. No one supports it at all. But when adults beating children, most people never oppose. Spare the rod and spoil the child is their license to give us blues.
Mighty J sings that corporal punishment is outdated. UNICEF preaches the child has rights. Yet, the UNICEF children advocate, Faith Marshall Harris, has stated that parents prefer to administer corporal punishment rather than the teacher. Certainly, one must protect and respect the child. Conversely, that same child that UNICEF advocates on behalf of lacks respect, accountability, and responsibility. Yet, high officials across the Caribbean can chastise the teacher for the use of corporal punishment. But here we have a different view of corporal punishment. Magistrate Watts of Barbados said, and I quote, "The cure is not to take away the rod, but wars against its abuse." End of quote. Corporal punishment is a deterrent of ill-disciplined behavior. It is legal, but despite that, the rights of the child are more prominent, and in true form of Caribbean states against international organizations, we bow to become loyal humanitarians to abolish corporal punishment within our schools. Then, I say, corporal punishment is not totally obsolete, but corporal punishment at educational institutions is becoming obsolete. Ladies and gentlemen, I am McKinney Calendar of Talk It Talk. See you next episode.